Okay, so welcome to my presentation today. It states do we have tech guys here? Can we get the lights dimmed? Sanjay, can we get the lights dimmed? Okay, so WordPress powering 28% of the website in the world, and WordPress evolved from being a blog to CMS, and now it's an apps platform. How many of you are bloggers here? How many of you are CMS web designers? Wow. How many of you have no idea what is this about? Let me find out what I can get from this event. Okay. How many of you are programmers or developers? Great. So those days we use WordPress as a blog platform. It's just for blogging. You know WordPress comes in two flavors, right? WordPress.com and self-host. Self-host, WordPress.org. So I'm talking about WordPress.org, that you can use WordPress as a CMS platform. You can use WordPress at WordPress.com, or even you can use WordPress as an apps platform. So I'm going to show you how to use WordPress as an apps platform. Why WordPress as an apps platform? WordPress is the most powerful, popular CMS because WordPress powering 28% website compared to any other CMS that has lower market share compared to WordPress. Built-in REST API. How many of you know what REST API is? So I get an idea about the class today. Okay, so REST API is sharing your posts, your contents, your content types to different applications. If you have no idea, don't worry. REST API is already built in your WordPress. So all you have to do is use it. The purpose why they have REST API in the core is, according to Matt Mullenweg, the founder of WordPress, API is the future. Everything going to be API driven in the future. So that's why WordPress has REST API built in the core. It works out of the box. WordPress has more than 52,000 plugins. 52,000. I'm not telling all of it is really good. Some of that is really crap. You shouldn't use all of it. But that's 52,000. Almost any feature you need, like if you need a form, you can just find a form and install it. If you need a shopping cart, use WooCommerce, our sponsor. And there's plugin for almost everything. We have e-commerce, user management, content management for WordPress, and WordPress always implement KISS practice, keep it simple and stupid, so you don't have to really go for a 5-day training to learn WordPress. You can figure it out on your own. Maintaining a custom backend is a big work. Let's say you're creating a mobile application for your business. So now everything is mobile app driven. How many of you have a computer at home? I don't have one. Those days, if you don't have a computer at home, people are going to look at you. Hey, come on, you don't have a computer? Look at my computer, it's white, big monitor. But nowadays, if you have a computer, wow, you still have one piece of this. So, it's going to be the same for the laptops in maybe 5 years' time. Other than people who are working on the computer, on the tech sector, maybe we don't have a... Can you help the light? I think the middle light is just...
You want higher?
No, we have to switch off the light. It's just... You know,
Flash, okay.
yeah, sorry for that. So, maintaining a custom backend for your mobile application can be very difficult to feed the content to your mobile application. Have you seen this video before the movie starts? You know MGM movies, right? So in MGM movies, before they start the movie, they have this video going on. And have you imagined how they come about making of this video? The lights really clean the slides. Okay, so it can be really painful to come up with your own backend. This is the analogy of backend and the front end. So usually the front end looks really great, but the backend is a bit messed up. I hope you can fix it. So building your own mobile app, wow, it looks better now, thank you. Finally someone detected, found the switch. Okay, building your own mobile app can be really difficult sometimes. There's different technology available for mobile apps. You can learn Java and C++ to build an Android mobile application. You can learn Swift programming languages or Objective-C to build iOS. Any Java programmers here? Swift? So usually the same person will not raise up hands twice because it's a kind of different thing. And if you're a Swift programmer, you're going to do a Swift. If you're a Java programmer, you're going to do a Java. So it's kind of like difficult to build one mobile app for Android and iPhone. So there's another technology called HTML5. HTML5 is a hybrid mobile technology which allows you to create applications using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you don't have to learn Java, you don't have to learn a Swift programming language, just use HTML, CSS, and Java. You can build your own mobile application, package it to multiple platforms like Android, iOS, and even Windows. So this is a capability chart of hybrid application which using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and native application which is just using Java or a Swift programming language. So in a hybrid application, you can do one application and package to multiple platforms. In a native application, you just do one for one platform, which is Android. You are just became an Android developer. So you can't develop for iOS unless you learn iOS. Why a hybrid application? Because you reuse your existing skill. I'm sure many of you know how to use HTML, CSS, JavaScript. If you don't know, just admit it now, you know about it. But later you go back, please do some homework, learn about it. That's basic to be a webmaster. It's basic to own a website nowadays. You need to know a little bit of code. And people learn codes in overseas at schools or primary schools. So you don't have to be a programmer to create a mobile application. But being a web developer, I'm always biased towards a hybrid application. Sometimes native application is really suitable for your project if you have a budget for that. So how hybrid applications work, how you can create your own hybrid application. There's various technologies available, PhoneGap, Ionic, Xamarin, Framework 7, Intel SDK. Intel SDK is one of my favorite tools to build application, but it's depreciated. It is like end of life, so you can't use it anymore. Intel is not supporting, not injecting any money in there. But the most two popular framework is a phone. It's not Ionic is a framework, PhoneGap and Ionic. Today I'm going to show about Ionic. Why? Ionic is kind of like Bootstrap. Bootstrap for HTML. Ionic is kind of like Bootstrap for mobile applications. So Ionic front-end UI is really great, amazing. They have some beautiful interface, and they have a lot of chunk of codes that you can just copy and use in your application. So if you want to do a card, you want to do some sort of like introduction page, you don't have to design your own from scratch. Just copy the code and change it and switch your pictures, text, you are done. Just like you are doing for Bootstrap. What you are doing in Bootstrap is you are copying the code of buttons. If you want to have a button, you want to have a responsive table, you copy the codes. You want to have form, you copy the Bootstrap classes. Same thing in Ionic framework, you copy those codes and you reuse them. Building a hybrid app with Ionic framework is slightly difficult than using PhoneGap or any other application. And why I'm showing Ionic? Because I believe Ionic is the future of mobile applications. Because it's just like Bootstrap. Everyone is using Bootstrap. WordPress is using Bootstrap. A lot of plugins, themes, Joomla or Drupal, almost any other CMS using Bootstrap framework. That's what's going to happen for the mobile application development shortly. All the frameworks, all the developers in the world are going to use Ionic because it's growing rapidly. But the only problem here is Ionic uses Angular and TypeScript. That means you need to learn something new in here. It can be slightly difficult if you have no idea what JavaScript is. But if you're learning JavaScript, I think that's really easy to catch up with TypeScript and Angular. And if you want to be a programmer, start with JavaScript. And you need to know a little bit of command line tools. I know a lot of web developers, they don't use command lines. Command line is like you are traveling on a plane, and in a GUI interface is you are traveling on a train. So eventually everyone learned to travel by plane, although in the beginning you were afraid of it. Now everyone can fly with AirAsia. So we all learn to fly, and it's much faster. So learn something about command line tools, CLI, it's really easy. I have step-by-step guide in my presentation right after this training. Not a training, I'm a trainer, so I always say training. Right after this presentation is recorded. We have slides recorded, so you can use this, recap this, and go through one by one. I know it's really difficult to catch up now. So let's get started with Ionic. You can start with creator.ionic.io. Creator.ionic.io is an interface that helps you to build your mobile applications UI, user interface. So you can just go there, and it's free for one application. After you've done one application, download your application and create another one. Download that one, delete it, and create another one. And you can continue doing that on your offline further development. So it's just UI development you can do on the creator. Or if you have so many, just subscribe the pro versions and you can build unlimited applications. So it's just like this. You drag and drop stuff and you build things. So I don't have to show you how it works. You can figure it out on your own, just like you're figuring out WordPress. And you can finish up your user interface. Even you can do connections, buttons, and pages. It's like almost working application there, and you can export it from this end. Once you have exported, you can bring it to your computer, and we'll continue from there. To install Ionic on your computer, first of all, you need to have Node.js. Just ask Google how to install Node.js on your computer. Or just go to nodejs.org and you will find out there's an installer package, download it, install it. You don't have to be a programmer to do this. Okay, it's just a free software, download, install it. And then open your command line tool. In Windows, the command is slightly different, so you need some other CocoaPods or something to support it. I'm not using Windows, so these commands are specifically for Mac. But you can easily tweak these codes. You can find the Ionic documentation that suits Windows. So we will run two commands here. First of all, we are installing Kuala, Apache Kuala, and we are installing Ionic. Then we're going to create our first application. This is my command line. So I'm seeding my desktop, means I'm setting my location at my desktop. And now I'm putting Ionic Start. When I click Ionic Start, it's asking me what you want to name your mobile application. So I'm giving some name, SamPress, that's like WordPress, it's SamPress, and it's giving you some options. What kind of mobile app you want to start? With side menu, with some examples. So I only give you a predefined templates that you can start with. And I just picked one, and it's just building, and you can see it's creating a folder, and that it is. The folder is there, it's already created the app. So now I want to see my app. I'm running the second command in the same directory. So first of all, I'm going to cd desktop/SamPress. I'm running the second command Ionic serve-l, so lab, Ionic lab. And this command actually going to give me a live preview of my mobile app. So it's the Ionic serve-l. So it's going to compile, it's going to generate a preview of your mobile application. Right, it's automatically opening the browser, and I got my mobile application. Just two commands to get started with this mobile application. This is the Ionic Lab, so you can change the platform. You see this is the folder. When you open the folder, this is the file structure. And you see that SRC, that is the folder. And you see there's pages. These are the HTML pages. You have home, about, contact. So we're going to change all these pages to complete our mobile application. And these are the codes, very simple codes. So you just go to Ionic Framework website, copy whatever codes you need, and put it in here, and change the contents, and your mobile app is done. So now let's work with WordPress API to pull our content from WordPress website into our mobile app. And I'm going to show you how you publish your mobile application. First step, I'm going to put some codes in my home.html. This is generally pulling my title and my excerpt from the post that I have in my WordPress website. You can just copy and reuse this code in the same file I've stated. So when you create a new project, just open your project folder. It's always src pages. Home, and then that's the home page, home.html. Just replace with this code. And the second file, we're going to import HTTP module so we can pull HTTP contents. And that's another code we are going to paste in the TypeScript. And this is the details of what I've just shown in the previous 3 slides. So I put it up in a video so you can see how it works. So I'm going to skip this because we are short of time. You can replay this video from my blog address there. I've uploaded these slides in there. So I'm going to jump again to step 4. To add a new page in Ionic, we will just put Ionic generate page post detail. Generate you can replace with G because it's a short form. So Ionic generate page post details. I'm creating a new page post detail. When people click on the post that I have, they're going to another page which contains the detail of the post. And in that page, I'm placing 2 more codes. Actually, there's 3 more codes. Each page, there's 3 files you need to change. If you copy and paste my codes, eventually you'll learn how Ionic structure works. And I'm going to show you how it works up to now. Once you have done that, and you run Ionic self-L, you can always run this to preview your mobile application. You can also edit your code in real time. You can switch to your browser. You can see the changes in real time. Every time you make changes to your file, Ionic Lab going to update your app and display in the Firefox or in the Google from your preferred browser. So this is my application now. After I paste that code, you can see it's pulling articles from our WordPress website. It's from our WordCamp website, 2017, Kuala Lumpur, WordCamp.org. And these are the articles. When I click, this is post detail page. It works. So I'm pulling the content from a WordPress page. Next time I update a new post in my WordPress, it's going to display right below this. This is a typical list I have taken. You can take a different beautiful list, like with image or with sharing functions from Ionic website and change the code. It is just copy and paste things. And you'll see a better interface probably. And now the mobile app is done. It's just one page I've shown how you pull content from WordPress website using REST API. And now how to export your mobile application. Once it is done, you need to export to iPhone and Android. That will be in IPA or APK format. IPA is for iPhone and APK is for Android. There's 2 ways you can compile this application and make it an installable file as IPA or APK. First way is using CLI, command line. You can use build command / release. That's going to build, it can take like 2 or 3 minutes to build and you will get your APK. If you want to build .IPA iPhone format, you need to have a Mac. So let's assume you don't have a Mac now. So I'm going to show you the second way using PhoneGap build. PhoneGap is a cloud service. You can zip this file and upload to that cloud service and it's going to build and it's going to give you the iPhone format and Android format as well. So how PhoneGap works? PhoneGap build is by Adobe and you need to get an Adobe account. And then log into build.phonegap.com, make a copy of config.xml from your project folder and paste it in www because PhoneGap requires your config.xml must be in www folder. So just copy it and we're going to make some changes. What are the small changes because our application right now it is compatible with Ionic CLI, it's not with PhoneGap. So in order for this application to work in PhoneGap build, you just need to change 2 lines of codes. How and which file is config.xml. I'm copying that file and I'm putting it up into the www folder. I'm pasting into here and I'm opening that file. I'm making small changes to make sure it complies with the PhoneGap requirements. So you can watch this video when you download my slides and you can see what are the changes required. And then I'm going to upload that file into the PhoneGap. This is a build.phonegap interface. I'm uploading my Ionic files that are built on my local environment into my build Adobe account, and it's uploading. And I should have uploaded my images, my icons of mobile application all in the config file, but I didn't do so. So it's going to generally show my application name. It's taking a while because the internet is slow. Actually, that's a video. Okay, it's uploaded. Then that's the SandPress. That's my application that I've designed. Name of my application. I click ready to build, and it's building now. So you can see this is Android, this is iPhone. iPhone is throwing an error in the red, and in Android it's blue. Yeah, the APK is ready. So one click, download. I got my .apk Android format. I'm done with my mobile application. Why it doesn't work for iPhone? You need to register with Apple to get provisioning files as a certificate, and you need to put into your folder before you're sending to here. So that's a long process to be an Apple developer. You need to get approval from Apple, sign the contract, pay the money, $99 every year, and it's kind of a long process, but you can get through it. So, more example, if you want to see more example, there's in GitHub, Ionic with WordPress login. You can also do application with WordPress login. Your user can log in, can buy product and things like that. The full code is available on the GitHub for free. Just clone it, fork it, and redo, copy this, and run Ionic serve-l. You can see the application. Open the HTML file and make whatever changes you want to make. Or let's say you want to start a file. So there's Ionic Marketplace. There's a lot of starters, people selling for $5, $10. Just buy any app that suits your needs. Download, put on your desktop, right? Ionic serve-l. Applications that make whatever changes you need to make. There is one beautiful application built by Julian, WordPress hybrid client, which allow you to send push notifications, which allow you to have ratings, a lot of stuff, and it's completely free. Going to cost $10,000 for you to build something like this. So it's completely free with WordPress Backend. Just use it. You can get it started just from here. Full documentation available on his website. You can find out the website address right in here, just from my slides. Now you are done with your application. You have compiled. You want to submit to Google Play Store or App Store. You need to generate a key store for that. And for Android developer, you need to pay $25, a lifetime charge. You can submit as much as you need, as you want, as many as you want. You can submit so many applications in Android. Usually, typically, it's getting published the next day or within 2 days. Or for Apple, you need to pay $99. They're going to call your office. They're going to call your landline to check whether you are a real human being and you are in the real address. Once they are satisfied with the verification process, they're going to approve your account, sign the contract, and pay $99 every year. That's it for the presentation today. So I hope you got some idea. I know it is not a complete training for you to get started, but it's just a rough idea how Ionic works to getting started with your presentation, with your mobile application. Kindly do explore. There's a lot of documentation available. Ionic is open source, full documentation, source codes available on GitHub. So many examples available. Get started, build your first mobile application. If you want slides, check out my website, samsure.sh, or it's my name, just put dot before sh. And I open for questions now. We have 10 minutes for questions. Any questions?